This show's brought to you by
Canada's Brookfield offers billions for Dubai-based Network International, and Binance is stopping dollar deposits and withdrawals. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Farrage. Canada's Brookfield Asset Management has offered to buy Dubai-based Network International for $2.76 billion. The cash offer is for Network's entire issued share capital. London Stock Exchange listed Network's shareholders are entitled to receive $5.02 in cash for each Network share held. This represents a premium of about 64% to its closing price on April 12th, which was the last business day prior to the start of the offer period. Network says it's an opportunity for shareholders to benefit from a significant premium. Binance is stopping U.S. dollar deposits, and users will soon be unable to withdraw dollars from the exchange after U.S. financial regulators said they supported freezing Binance's assets. The world's largest crypto exchange is preparing to stop dollar withdrawals by as early as June 13th. Binance says it's planning to change to a crypto-only exchange. The SEC alleges that Binance artificially inflated its trading volumes, diverted customer funds, failed to restrict U.S. customers from its platform, and misled investors about its market surveillance controls. Asian markets mostly advanced today. Investors are optimistic the Federal Reserve won't lift interest rates next week, as fresh data indicates further tightening in the U.S. labor market. This pushed equities higher for most of the month, helped by the end of the U.S. debt ceiling standoff as well. Hong Kong, Shanghai, Tokyo, Seoul, Sydney, Taipei, Mumbai, and Jakarta were all in positive territory. Traders are watching for the key U.S. Consumer Price Index next week, which comes ahead of the Fed policy decision. Global equity funds posted outflows for the 8th consecutive week in the 7 days leading up to June 7th. Refinitiv data reveals investors withdrew $18.84 billion from global equity funds, the largest weekly net selling since March 15th. U.S. equity funds made up the lion's share with $16.44 billion of outflows, followed by European equity funds, which saw $2.26 billion of outflows. Concerns over stubbornly high inflation and sluggish economic growth prompted investors to pull back from riskier assets. Meanwhile, investors poured money into cash in the week to Wednesday. Data from BOFA Global Research reveals cash funds saw $70.6 billion of inflows ahead of next week's pivotal central bank meetings from the Federal Reserve, the European Central Bank, and the Bank of Japan. Inflows to cash so far this year have reached $837 billion, almost as much as the record $917 billion for the whole of 2020. AstraZeneca has signed an agreement with Quell Therapeutics to develop cell therapies that could cure autoimmune diseases. The agreement includes developing, manufacturing, and commercializing cell therapies that have the potential to cure type 1 diabetes and IBS. UK-based Quell will receive $85 million upfront from AstraZeneca and is also eligible to receive over $2 billion for further development and commercialization milestones. President Erdogan today appointed Hafiza Gaye Erkan, former co-CEO at First Republic Bank and MD at Goldman Sachs, to head Turkey's central bank. Under her leadership, the bank is expected to reverse course and tighten policy after years of rate cuts and a cost of living crisis. She takes the reins after Erdogan signaled a pivot away from unorthodoxy with a new cabinet. Erkan is the central bank's 5th governor in 4 years, underlining the challenge she may face delivering a lasting policy turnaround. And UBS chief executive Sergio Ermotti hinted today that his bank's takeover of Credit Suisse will close on Monday. Ermotti told the Swiss Economic Forum in Interlaken that from Monday we will be new colleagues. Meanwhile, UBS also revealed today that the Swiss government will cover up to $10 billion in losses from its emergency takeover of Credit Suisse. That cleared one of the last hurdles before the deal could be finalized. I'm Ramia Farrage. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.
This show is brought to you by